Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Liverpool Perspective. It's been a long time since we did an episode last time. A lot of stuff happened. We beat Chelsea. We beat who else did we beat? We beat the West Ham. We
Lost Inter.
lost Inter, but that doesn't matter. We won the aggregate. We beat Norwich in the FA Cup. We beat Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. We had a tough game against Brighton. We won a big win and a very tough game against Arsenal
At the Emirates.
So, big month. City dropping points as well.
We're 1 point behind. This is shaping up to be like not last year, but
The year
2 years
before.
that.
But yeah, let's first get into the Carabao Cup final because we did two extensive previews for that game. We did two extensive previews because the first we had a few technical difficulties with the first one we did with Rafe, where basically the podcast was deleted for whatever reason, and the second one we did with which what you saw with Chris, I think in both of those episodes we previewed the game exactly the way how it went exactly. Tight game, regardless of Chelsea's bad form or the Abramovich things saga going on behind the scenes. We knew it was always going to be a very close game, as we saw throughout in the two other games we played during the season, and it was that type of a game. What do you think of the game?
I mean, it's all explained by that penalty shootout. That's what type of game it was.
Yeah.
The penalty, it was just, there were some shots by Liverpool that really should have went in, and there were some shots by Chelsea that they should have really scored. Both sides just seemed like they wanted to keep.
Yeah,
it was
not
a classic. It was an all-time classic.
Listen, it wasn't like both teams were defensive trying to. It wasn't a typical 0-0 final, right? Where like both teams were trying to defend for their lives. It felt like both teams were trying to score. It was a very tactical game where both teams were trying to take advantage of. For Chelsea's perspective,
amazing goalkeeping.
For Chelsea's perspective, they tried to take advantage of our high line. Liverpool had most of the ball, trying to play past Chelsea and we had a few chances as well. We had Mane with a big chance, a big double save by Mendy, and the big highlight of the game was definitely Luis Diaz. He was excellent in that game. It's like he's been playing for us for a while, and I think the big thing of that was that Klopp subbed off Mane before Diaz, and with the subs, like you would think Diaz is like a new guy, he would be the first one to be subbed off, but
he's playing so tactically well.
I mean, Diaz, he fits right in our team, and the flicks he was doing and all that stuff was absolutely brilliant. But it was a tight game. Chelsea had a few chances, big misses by like people like Mason Mount,
Kelleher played well.
Yeah, Kelleher, Lukaku.
Our defensive line actually we've cleared some balls very well, but some balls we were sketching.
Yeah, but it was a very with the way we play, the way we press, we would always have more control of the game. I think the big threat was that, and that. We were controlling the game a lot, but of course Chelsea's counterattacks, when they do have counterattacks, they're very dangerous. But I think they weren't as dangerous as when Timo Werner came on and Lukaku came on. That was when that's when Chelsea had more control of the game, and that's because our players were tired, and Chelsea put on two fresh strikers with pace. And they were with pace. And we got very lucky with narrow offside decisions with Lukaku and stuff like that. We needed a bit of luck. But
the VAR.
Yeah, but it was still a very good tactical game where both teams had chances. We had so many chances at the end of the game with Van Dijk. The disallowed goal, which I'm sorry was bullshit. I almost forgot about that. The disallowed goal Matip was bullshit. Like that. I know Harry Maguire had something similar. I'm not sure if it was this year or last year. The same it was bullshit then, and it was bullshit now. So, I mean, what did Van Dijk have to do? Like, how is Van Dijk interfering in that goal? I mean,
Was he even in the play?
No, I mean he was just. I mean he held Reece James back a little bit, but I mean it's a set piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the set piece,
Wasn't it
people push.
offside? Didn't they call it?
Yeah, they called Van Dijk offside, who didn't touch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So we had that. We thought we won the game then, and it was just disallowed. But it was always gonna be It was always gonna be a game about who was able to take their chances, and that's what happened. I mean, Chelsea put on Kepa for the penalty shootout, understandably, in my opinion, because he has a better record. Kepa is very good at playing mind games, and Chelsea had some success with subbing Mendy off for Kepa, but it cost them at the end because Kepa had to take a penalty, and Kepa skied it. And Kelleher, who actually used to be a striker,
really,
now when he was in the youth level, when he was a kid, and that striker ability was definitely shown in that penalty kick.
Mm-hmm.
Superb.
We talked about Fabinho's penalty.
Oh, Fabinho! Oh my days, the Pinnacle. Oh.
Virgil van Dijk staring down.
Van Dijk, bro. Kepa was trying to play mind games, and Van Dijk just blasted it right at him.
Mm-hmm.
It was just embarrassing. I'm not sure if that was a very good description of how Van Dijk shot it, but
no,
you know what?
Kepa went to the side. Kepa went to Van Dijk's side, and Van Dijk still shot it to the right of Kepa.
Yeah.
And it was unstoppable. Like, you can't stop that goal.
And this Van Dijk just stared at him, rightly so. I mean, we saw our young players like Harvey Elliott taking a penalty, which I was nervous about. I mean, both sides had very good penalty kicks, but it went down to the keepers. And, in the cup final, sometimes you need stuff to go your way. And I guess we got more of the luck in the final. Mm-hmm. In a very tight game, sometimes you need that little piece of luck, which we had on the night, and Chelsea did not. And listen, that's football, Chelsea.
It was an all-time classic.
Yeah.
Game, one of the best Carabao Cup finals.
Yeah, both teams definitely didn't deserve to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous. We were nervous the whole time. I mean, it was what we expected in the preview. I feel like we covered everything in the preview. There are moments where Liverpool are going to dominate, where Chelsea are going to dominate based on the systems. We matched pretty well with Chelsea's system, but at the same time, Chelsea's a very good team. The way they press is also very tough for us. They also could play against our system pretty well. So it was always going to be a tight game.
I feel like one thing you said was, this is really just, even though it's the Carabao Cup, it's not even the FA Cup, like, it was still a good game for Liverpool. It was a great morale booster. Like,
for sure.
Liverpool used to never win trophies like this, like, in these big games, in these scenarios.
Yeah,
There'd always be some hiccup. We'd always have one mistake that would make us lose.
It was listen, I mean, we're saying we got lucky in a penalty shootout against Chelsea, but
no, it was confidence building.
But in the past, we played against Man City. We played very well against Man City in the Community Shield final, in the Carabao Cup final a few years ago, where we drew 1-1 and we went to penalties. Caballero was a hero that day. But listen, it's football. Anything can happen, especially in penalties, and we just found a way to win. That's the reality. And listen, we won the most Carabao Cups in English football, and we got a 9th one. And listen, it does give us confidence for the rest of the season. I think it's a huge trophy to give you confidence. And I think that's the significance of the Carabao Cup final being so early on in the season, because it gives every team who wins it a sense of confidence going on to the final stretch of the season, which is very difficult, right? Like we're really at the final stretch, and the fact we could say we already won a trophy, and we have a chance to win the quadruple. That's something that probably keeps the players going and going every single day.
Well, there's one big thing in the way of the quadruple. One big team.
Yeah, it's Man City. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Ever since the Carabao Cup, there's only been 2 things that have been going on. It's just basically one thing going on: Liverpool, Man City. I mean, FA Cup first. Right after that, we had the FA Cup. Minamino comes on, scores 2 goals. I mean, not the best performance, but we beat Norwich, right? And then we had
the same with the Nottingham Forest game later.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest. I mean, yeah, let's go. We'll talk about those 2 because those are the FA Cup, right? very unconvincing performances, but we just found a way, which is what good teams do, right? They find a way to win football games when they're not playing as well. Especially when you have so many games going on. Champions League, Premier League, every 3 days you have a game. You're not going to perform at your best every single game. And in those moments you need players to take you to carry the team over. And that's what Minamino has done throughout the Carabao Cup run, because we would have not won the Carabao Cup if it wasn't for Minamino. He's been scoring crucial goals like the one against Leicester that helped us draw 3-3. Even Jota as well in the Carabao Cup has been huge, scoring against Leicester, scoring a penalty against Leicester. Also, the Nottingham Forest game, we just had Jota with wall crossed by Shimikas. The Nottingham Forest game. Oh, yeah. Wall crossed by Shimikas, by the way. Shimikas on his weaker foot. That was his weak foot.
I wish we used him more, because he's really a hidden weapon.
He's what player we have under Robertson. Like, those two players are so similar too. It's crazy.
I don't know where he's gonna get. Like, I'm afraid he's gonna have to go to a different team, and he's gonna be good whatever team eventually he goes to. Because he doesn't get
for sure
playtime, because he's a great player.
Yeah,
he has so much potential.
No, I agree. I mean, we didn't see him a lot at all last year, but the fact he was able to mentally keep working hard.
He's always been very solid performances.
But remember last year, because of the whole issue with center backs and like we had issues everywhere, and Shimikas couldn't really play because, just coming into the club. But Shimikas kept his confidence. He kept going, and he's playing at a very good level consistently. And he got the job done in the FA Cup. Jota couldn't miss from that cross. The cross is just too good to not score at.
Shimikas had a lot of those crosses.
Yeah, but we got the job done in the FA Cup. But we haven't been performing amazingly lately. We went Inter. I think there's a lot of complacency at the end, where it was always going to be a similar tactical performance, but. Yes, we were at home, right? But even the fans, when you're up 2-0 in aggregate, the atmosphere isn't going to be the same as what it normally is for a knockout game, because we're up, right? Fans also feel good about the game, and if you feel good about the game, you're not as excited. Just let's get the job done, right? And I think that was the mentality from our players as well. Inter once again played really well. But even though Inter played really well. We still had a few chances. We still had a lot of good chances. Salah, I don't know how Salah didn't score in that game, for example. We had a few good chances. We had Trent, a few good corner kicks from Trent in that game. So we had a lot of good moments against Inter, but what goal by Lautaro Martinez?
So yeah, no, that was.
But honestly though. And when Inter went up, I was nervous because I was nervous throughout the game, but because we weren't playing very well and Inter were doing well as they did in the previous leg. It was a very tactical affair, but once Inter scored, it was very nerve-wracking. It felt like we were going to go down 2-0 as well. We would go to extra time, and with Inter being in good form, being confident, and we weren't playing well. It didn't look good, even though we did have a few chances where we could have scored, and if we convert one of them, the tie is over. But once Alexis Sanchez got the red card, what do you think about the red card? Do you think it was a red?
Yeah. But, they would deserve it of a penalty earlier in the match, so.
Yeah, the thing is, Sanchez got the ball, right? But he still went studs up on I forgot who he went studs up on.
But they should have had a penalty a red card earlier in the match.
Yeah, I think Sanchez could have got a red card he basically went studs up also on Thiago. And I think it was Fabinho who Sanchez did that 1 foot. So yeah, listen, it probably was. He should have got a red card at some point in the game, whether it's earlier or whether it's now. He got 2 offenses, two very dark yellow offenses, and that's how he got a red card. When he had 2 basically yellow to red offenses, you're always going to get a red card. But yeah, Well, other games. Also had West Ham, another very tough game. I've been saying very tough for a while throughout the whole episode because it was. Yeah. By the way, we're watching international break right now. World Cup qualifiers. Portugal playing Turkey. I think Turkey are getting a penalty. So Turkey came back from 2-0 down and looked like they're gonna get 2-2.
No, that looked like a bad.
That was, yeah,
It's a penalty. Wow.
it was a penalty. So
I'm surprised. That was a very floppy.
no, I mean, he did hit the guy's leg.
True. It was a
So-
light touch, but it was.
Yeah, it was enough. But yeah, going back, West Ham was a tough game, and yeah, as I said, I've been saying tough a lot of times throughout the whole episode. That was because we had a lot of laser tight games. West Ham are a good team, as we know. They have Antonio, who always causes trouble with his speed, his strength. He has everything in him. I mean, what do you think of the game?
That was also. I don't know how we somehow managed to.
Yeah, Amane got the goal, but West Ham had a few chances in that game as well.
Gibson was causing. Was causing problems.
Yeah, I mean, we had Antonio. Antonio is so good. Like the guy's pace and strength, and we had to let off with Bowen. Bowen got injured in that game, I think. So he's very good for West Ham. But I mean, West Ham have been very good this year. They beat Sevilla in the Europa League just now. So listen, it's
No, it would actually be cool to see them win a European trophy.
yeah. But I'm saying it was a tough game. It was a tough team to play against. Oh my days! Oh, Turkey missed the penalty.
Was it a miss or save?
Oh my days. Oh
it was
my.
save, I think.
Wow, Turkey bottled it. But
That's
that's kind of I'm not sure that was a penalty as well, to be honest. I kind of agree. But once they go to VAR, they give the penalty. That's the rule of VAR.
Let's see this. No, he
missed. Yeah.
He tried to get that bin and he missed. He hit the bar.
Yeah.
Bar up.
Yep. But yeah, we did beat West Ham, and then we played. And then we played Arsenal. We played. I think we actually had a week break. I think, and then we played Brighton, which is also a tricky tie, but we got through a tricky game. Diaz collided. I think Diaz had a collision with Sanchez, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Diaz got his first goal. Sanchez ran out. Diaz collided with him, but still scored. I mean, Diaz. The thing with Diaz in that goal is that the guys, while they're different players, they play in different positions, right? But he's our new Suarez.
Mm-hmm.
In not in the sense of a footballing way like that. In the footballing way, because one's a winger and one's in and out striker.
Mm-hmm.
He's a forward. Like they're different types of players. One likes to one's more. I mean, they're both very good dribblers, but different types, right?
Mm-hmm.
Diaz is more of a player who likes to cut in. Suarez is more of an in and out striker. Likes to score screamers now and then. But
Diaz
they're both. But what I wanted to say, they're both fighters. Like they both go for every ball. Like it's the end of their life. In that way.
Diaz is a very tactical player, though.
Yeah, that's true as well. But my point is the way he was able to go straight on and get the ball ahead of the keeper shows that how he's willing. He's always hungry for the ball. He's always hungry to win the ball before the opposing player, and that's what gave us the 1-0 lead. And then I don't know what happened with the Salah penalty, because we got a penalty. Salah scored, then he got I guess his run up for the penalty, he got injured. But I don't know. That was a big concern. He came off, but. Listen, Brighton were tough just because Brighton is a very tactical team, right? And
Brighton earlier from this year, they've been a solid side all season.
Yeah, I mean they're not in good form now. I think they lost 6 in a row or whatever, but that could happen obviously with this type of team. The problem with Brighton is that they don't have enough goals in their team, and that's what always their problem, even last year as well. But Brighton are a team who play with a lot of formations depending on what they play against, and even Klopp said himself, like he didn't know what formation Graham Potter was going to play against Liverpool. So it was very unpredictable. They started with a 4-2-3, like kind of like a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2 formation. Then they went to a narrow diamond. So they like to switch up formations, which is how they were able to get the 2-2 draw against us, because they also changed formation in the second half to a diamond formation, which caused us trouble. So in that sense, it was a very hard game for Liverpool just because of the unpredictability. But listen, we in the away game we got the job done. We got revenge against Brighton, and that's big in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And especially heading into the Arsenal game, the only problem was Salah getting injured is never a good thing.
Especially with the form he's been in.
Yeah, so this Arsenal game, very tough game, and it was always going to be an exciting game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think of the Arsenal game? Because I was very nervous.
First half was very scary.
Yeah, I was very nervous heading into this game because Arsenal have been in sublime form. As I think we said in a few times in this podcast, Arsenal have been immense lately, and it was a very difficult game. Arsenal very good form. They beat Leicester. They weren't at their best against Leicester, but they had their moments of quality were brilliant. Like Saka has been amazing. Martinelli has been great. Lacazette isn't the best, but he's been very effective in this Arteta side. Xhaka and Partey have been superb. So, like in the first half, for example, Partey was just immense. Like he was all over. He was everywhere. Like that was probably one of the best defensive midfielder performances from Thomas Partey. And it was going to always be a tough game. Martinelli caused us so much trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Like he caused Trent a lot of trouble, and overall, we somehow were able to do a good job. But we just got. I think the thing is, Arsenal were missing was just a number 9. I feel like Lacazette isn't good enough to be their number 9 in the future, and that's why
that second half was really also we converted. When
we finished our chances, right? Lacazette couldn't finish his chance when Thiago gave the ball away. Mm-hmm. He gave a great pass to Lacazette, but he couldn't score. We just got the job done at the end. It was just 2 moments of quality and 2 goals, and I think it just showed we're the more mature team. I think it's very similar to the Carabao Cup semifinal. Mm-hmm. It was just men versus boys at the end of the day. While Arsenal were playing so well, they were competing very well, played better than. I think it was a very even first half, to be honest. But both teams had good spells, but. What really decided the game was just Liverpool's quality. The way Jota was able to make that run past Ben White and Cedric, and that Thiago passed, and as well as Ramsdale's mistake, that made the difference. Saka making a very naive clearance, Robertson presses him. That also made a difference, right? And like all these moments made a difference. All these small mistakes Arsenal made, we were able to capitalize, and that was the difference between when we made our mistake, Arsenal couldn't capitalize, and it always seemed like the first goal was going to win the game. Like whoever scored first was going to win.
What a miss by Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's what we expect from Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. But yes, it was always going to be whoever scored. Like honestly, when we were up 1-0, were you nervous?
Yeah.
Like still, but I don't know. My opinion was
actually, Arsenal scored in the first half. It would have been a deep.
Yeah. I always thought whoever scored first is going to win the game, and that's. What else were your thoughts in the game?
Well, that was also the week that Man City dropped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about Man City as well. It could be a good segue. But what do you think of the game overall? Besides being nervous.
A relieving win, and I think at the end of the day it was a win you could be proud of. This the second half, but the first half is a lot of the film. You have to watch. You know what I mean? Like the team's gonna have to tape and see what they could do better. But that second half was really what you need to do to win a tough game like that.
Yeah, a tough game in Emirates. You just need to finish your chances at the end of the day. And we just got the job done at the end of the day. And
Arsenal's one of the best games I've seen them play Liverpool probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I agree.
That was one of the best Liverpool Arsenal games in a while.
Yeah, and I think it just showed. I don't think it was Liverpool being bad as much as Arsenal being really good.
Yeah.
And it's a very promising team. It's just because we saw how Arsenal played against Man City. Mm-hmm. were dominating Man City, and Man City got lucky to get a win. So, because Man City needed the red card from Arsenal in order to win the game. Let's be honest, they needed a penalty and a red card. So Arsenal in the future will be fighting for the title, I think. In the next few years, once their young players develop, once they get a striker that can finish, unlike in our game.
There's going to be some next generation striker who comes up.
Yeah.
It's going to be tied to.
There's a lot of rumors who it could be. It could be Ivan Toney. It could be some guy from Benfica, I think Arsenal looking at as well. It could be Isaac. It could be a lot of options. So it'll be exciting to see. As just a football fan, just to see, I guess Arsenal doing well is a very, being a big team is a very exciting, in my opinion. Oh my days! Macedonia scored. Macedonia knocking out Italy. Oh my days! Oh my days!
The champions of Europe, no!
Oh, the champions of Europe are getting knocked out. Mancini is getting knocked out in the World Cup qualifiers.
By North Macedonia.
At home. That's incredible.
That was a good goal.
Yeah, let's look at the score. What a screamer.
Wow.
What a screamer.
Can't complain about that.
What a screamer.
On the run, boom.
What a goal. Donnarumma, the so-called best goalkeeper in the world, hopeless. We'll talk about Donnarumma a bit later as well, because there's a lot to talk about in regards to him and PSG. But, I mean, Italy getting knocked out. Look at North Macedonia going crazy. Incredible stuff. And
Yup.
And Portugal secured the game against Turkey. It seems like, unless this goal already happened, I have no clue. I've seen Portugal celebrate. I guess it looks like that was a big celebration from Portugal's manager. So it seems like I already forgot the guy's name, but yeah, it looks like they got the third goal. Portugal leading 3-1 against Turkey. Game over. And
game over.
And it's going to be Portugal versus North Macedonia in the World Cup qualifiers to make the World Cup. Can you imagine North Macedonia knock out Portugal as well? Incredible stuff. Wow.
I want to see highlights of that game.
Yeah. And
because I want to see if they held Turkey really. I mean, if they held Italy really back.
Yeah, I mean it's one.
Yeah,
it's going. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we won't. Yeah, so this camera's going very strong. Mm-hmm. So that's very good news for us. While Portugal look like they're about to score again. Here's Ronaldo. Oh, he missed again! Oh, he missed again!
Look at him smiling.
Look at him, he missed again. Two big chances from the so-called GOAT. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. He didn't even get a goal today. Wow. I mean, listen, you know what? What matters is the next game against North Macedonia for Ronaldo. They got the win today, which is all that matters. And Italy are getting knocked out, which is insane. But what were we talking about? We were talking about Arsenal as their potential and whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's stop talking about that. But yeah, that's something for the North London perspective. We actually have a new podcast, North London perspective. Chihang and Miguel talking. So, I mean, I'm not sure. Spurs and Arsenal in the top 4 race, so that'll be interesting to see how that podcast plays out. But I think Miguel will be the more happy man than Chihang throughout in the next few years, in my opinion. But yeah, that's enough about Arsenal. Let's talk about Man City. Who else did they? So they dropped points against Crystal Palace, right? Mm-hmm. Who else did?
Southampton.
Southampton was way before. I think we already covered that one. I think it was always 6 points. It was like a 6 points gap, and then I don't think they do. It was that Crystal Palace game they dropped points off. I think now we're 4 points. We were 6 points behind City, I think. And I think it was just the Crystal Palace.
They dominated Southampton in the FA Cup. It's Crystal Palace and who's another one?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? I thought
because we were 6 points.
And we had a game ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were like we were very close, right? We were 3 points behind heading into this whole run.
Yes.
We won every game. City dropped points against Crystal Palace. I don't know how City dropped points in that game. I was watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
City absolutely destroyed Palace. Palace had their moments. Conor Gallagher was amazing. Like, that guy is such a good player. He really helped Palace able to get up the pitch with it. He was able to hold up the ball very well. He had a lot of good technical skills to be able to advance Palace up the pitch. And they had a few transitional threats besides that with Zaha, Olise. But still, City had so many chances to score. And on another day, City do win. And the thing is, Pep didn't even make a single sub.
Really?
He didn't make one sub in that game. He could have put Sterling on. He could have added some more pace. I forgot who else was on. I think Jesus was on the bench.
Grealish started.
Well, it was Grealish, Foden, and Mahrez. Yeah. But yeah, I don't get why Pep didn't make any subs. It didn't make. I know City played well, but if they had maybe a player like Sterling, give some pace, some fresh legs, that would have caused Crystal Palace more trouble, in my opinion. But listen, City were a bit unlucky to not win, but that's all it is. It's good for us. 1 point behind, and it's massive. It really is massive.
It's gonna be. This is the biggest game. The City game that we played at the Etihad is the biggest game probably in.
Yeah, we have we have a few very good. We have a few very exciting games, but I want to talk about some of the other big Premier League games that have happened as of late. And what games happened? What other games happened? I mean, Chelsea are on a good run, right? Mm-hmm. At the moment, with the whole after Abramovich getting basically sanctioned, and Chelsea are looking for a new owner. I mean, that's so sad for Chelsea. Really, it's really funny to see, to be honest. Chelsea being carried by the Russian oligarch, and now Chelsea are just. I mean, how successful?
Man U 3-2 Tottenham.
Yeah.
But after they got thrashed by City.
Yeah, we also had United were they got trashed. I mean, United were decent in the first half, but second half they were just abysmal. And then we had the Sea Magic against Tottenham, the hat trick. Yeah, but there hasn't been much. But there has been a lot, not in the Premier League, but in the Champions League, and that's what I want to get into right now.
Oh, they got knocked out by.
Yes, so let's talk about that game first. Manchester United 0, Atletico Madrid 1.
Knocked out.
And there are a lot of complaints from those Man United fans in that game. Oh, Atletico Madrid playing dirty, very aggressive, trying to waste time, trying to make tackles. I mean, welcome to my world. I mean, we played Atletico Madrid when we lost to them in the Champions League. We played them this season. And I also watched USA play Mexico, as they will tonight. And we will talk about that game pretty shortly.
Best bottles at the Azteca.
I mean, listen, Atletico Madrid have Hector Herrera, for example. I mean, what do you expect from Hector Herrera? I mean, that's why Madrid signed Hector Herrera. He's a very dirty player from Mexico, for Atletico Madrid. What do you expect? I mean, honestly, welcome to my world of... United City's played better, maybe. If they played better...
This is so funny.
If United played better, they would have won the game, right? That's simple. I'm going to change the channel because I think there's a game going to extra time. Oops, that's not how you change the channel. Oops. This is embarrassing. This is me trying to figure this out.
Which game's next time?
I'm trying to turn on the Sweden game.
Yeah, I cannot believe.
No, but
that North Macedonia finish. I want to rewatch that highlight right now. I'm probably gonna look that up.
Okay, let's turn on this game. Or did that already happen? Okay, whatever. But yeah, but yeah, this is Bale's free kick. What a free kick by Gareth Bale. But yeah, we were talking about the Atleti game, right? But the United just watching United just pisses me off. Even though I honestly I want United to win the game. believe it or not. I wanted to see Liverpool play United in the Champions League for once.
Yeah, that would have been very, very interesting.
And
it's never happened, right?
And no, it never happened. And honestly, I wanted it to happen just because I thought we would win the game. I thought we would beat the United, so I was very confident.
Atletico's scary as United. In a way. Because they're just, Atletico's built to hamper teams like us.
Yeah, but I want United to win, but United, just go United. United, just go United. I mean, this is not even the best Atletico team. It's just United were just, they weren't pressing. They weren't, like, their press is absolutely terrible. And their bad press really just gave Atletico Madrid more of the ball than they should have had throughout the game. Like, United should have been had 65%, 70% of the ball against Atletico Madrid. Like, well, similar to what we did in the home game, our home game against Atleti.
Mm-hmm.
But United weren't pressing very well, and they gave Atletico Madrid so much time to play out of the back and threaten United, and that's what cost them. And then, did you see David De Gea's pass to who did he pass the ball? Remember when Maguire's twisting and did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Maguire's twisting and turning because he couldn't find an option to pass to, and he passed to David De Gea, who just clears it right to the Atletico player.
Yeah, I know.
It was like the fact that Harry Maguire cannot trust his keeper with the ball just highlights United as a whole. Like, they don't have trust on their own goalkeeper with the ball. And I mean, honestly, rightly so, because De Gea is shit with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reality of it. But yeah, that's United. Seeing United get knocked out and have all that hope is really hilarious. But what else happened? Oh, we were talking about Donnarumma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the PSG Real Madrid game?
Yes, that was disaster. Messi
Disaster.
wasn't even in it.
What?
He wasn't.
Yeah, PSG were playing really well during the game.
Mm-hmm.
Real Madrid were better, yes, but PSG were really good for the first 60 minutes. I think Pochettino set out good tactics in their pressing tactics, and Real Madrid played a very similar way in their structure, both very similar presses, but it was always going to be about about quality. Which team would have more quality at the end of the day? And at the end of the day, it was more of who made the mistake, and it was Donnarumma who made the big mistake. And I don't understand why this Keylor Navas gets so disrespected. Because Keylor Navas, in my opinion, is a better keeper than Donnarumma.
Still,
despite all the hype.
Even though he's older?
Despite all the hype, I don't think Donnarumma is that old. Like, he's still...
Who got the Golden Glove again?
Like, I don't remember. But Navas has won Champions League after Champions League for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And he gets disrespected by Courtois. He gets disrespected now with Donnarumma. Like, Keylor Navas, while Donnarumma is a decent shot stopper, Navas is much better playing with his feet. Mm-hmm. And I think in the modern day, your keeper needs to be able to play with their feet. And that's what same thing with David De Gea. Cannot play with his feet. Mm-hmm. Very good shot stopper, but cannot play with his feet.
Alisson can play with his feet.
Yeah, but but the thing is, I see in our game, Liverpool's games, Alisson with the ball, and it gives us so much more control of the game.
Alisson's a great passer.
Yeah, and it gives us so much more control. Alisson gets a lot of assists, some assists for us too.
Mm-hmm.
He helps us distribute the ball out of the back. It starts our, like, with Alisson be good with the ball. It helps us be able to start our attacks. Mm-hmm. With David De Gea, he can only save shots, which obviously keepers should be able to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
They need to be able to be a good shot stopper. But when you're in the advanced team in modern day football, you need to be able to play out of the back and start attacks. You cannot just clear the ball long. And by the way, De Gea is not even good at clearing the ball long. Like, his clearances...
Alisson is like, boom. Like, yeah.
De Gea's clearances are terrible. Like, they're probably one of the worst in the world. And that's why De Gea was dropped in the Spain squad.
For what's his name?
From Sanchez, from Brighton, and Raya from Brentford. I think that shows that De Gea...
Wow.
That shows that De Gea isn't good enough.
Both Premier League keepers too.
Because in my opinion, at this moment, I think De Gea is one of the most overrated just because of that. And I think Spain especially, they're a team that likes to play out of the back.
Mm-hmm.
and you can't have David De Gea in goal in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes perfect sense. And but going back to the Donnarumma thing, it just makes like I don't understand why you would not start Navas, and I just don't understand that. That's the only thing I blame Pochettino in that game. To be honest, but then once Real Madrid get their goal, Real Madrid all the confidence in the world, and given PSG's previous experiences of bottling ties, obviously PSG get under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They're under pressure. Very stupid second goal to concede. Third goal was just absolutely abysmal. The third goal right after kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the third goal? Real Madrid scored
after the half.
To make it 3-1.
After the kickoff. Oh yeah.
What an abysmal goal.
They caught him sleeping.
Yeah. Like how? But I don't. The thing is, Benzema scored a hat trick. Real Madrid won, but Real Madrid aren't that good. All right, and I think we saw that in like El Clasico.
Mm-hmm.
Real Madrid aren't. I know Ancelotti got the tactics.
Which means that PSG just had to play really bad.
But PSG had to bottle it basically. But that's all the big games. I mean, the Chelsea game, the other cup games were really relevant. Juve got knocked out. 3-0.
They look bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
It looks like someone's missing Weston McKennie. We'll talk about that once we get to the US national team problems. But listen, Juve, it's 3-0 down. It's unbelievable how Ronaldo comes in and makes Juve so much worse. Juve used to be a team that were winning the Serie A
year after year.
Once Ronaldo comes, it makes Juve fall. Unbelievable.
Because Ronaldo's the player that demands the system to change around him.
And let's see what happens with United. That'll be interesting. But they're going for, if they get Ten Hag, that would be very impressive. I don't think Pochettino is the right choice for United, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think for the United job?
I can't believe how
Ajax were knocked out as well, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't believe how fast Ragnick fell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you think will be their coach? Who do you think should be their manager next year?
I don't know.
I think Ten Hag looks very good. I think he's going to be a world-class manager. Like, he's been doing really well for Ajax in the past few years.
Yeah.
They won all their group stage games. Against Benfica, to be honest, I think they were very
That was shocking, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were just... Listen, it happens in football, right? If it's 2 games, you never know what could happen. Even if you're the most tactical, complete team. Like, you saw Pep, sometimes he loses games. Like, against teams that maybe you should be winning. So, but the fact that Ajax got the best out of so many players, like De Ligt, who was flopped at Juve, but he was really good for Ajax. Ziyech's brilliant in Ajax. Tadic's amazing. They had a lot. They were able to get the best out of so many players. So, yeah, I think they should go for Ten Hag. But the fact that Ajax were knocked out was shocking. It's crazy to see how Benfica were just lucky throughout the whole competition, in my opinion. They were able to get through against a bad Barca team. Mm-hmm. Now get lucky with Ajax, and even to get into the Champions League, they had to barely beat PSV.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
So, but I think our draw is Benfica, which I think was the best draw.
Yeah.
Right, and I think
Man City and Chelsea are on the same side, right?
No, opposite side. Yeah, but the Benfica, I think we should easily beat Benfica.
Well, Bayern. Bayern is the tough one.
Yeah, Bayern and Villarreal are facing each other. But I think Benfica we should win easily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see us lose. You could clip us or whatever, but we're not losing to Benfica. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I think the game is over after the away game, and hopefully we get to rest our players in the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this come back to bite me, but. What do you think?
That's what I hope for. I hope it's 4-0, like what happened with Porto.
Yeah, that's what I think it will be like, to be honest.
Bayern's going to be tough. It would be a tough semi-final, though.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting game. I'm excited for that, if that happens. Yeah, I do think Bayern will usually play.
They set it up for the Man City final, though.
Bayern will definitely easily beat Villarreal, in my opinion.
How do you feel about Bayern? How do you think they've been looking?
Bayern?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't really watch Bayern to be honest, but they drew 1-1 against Salzburg. They were down against Salzburg. Ericsson had a few good moments against Bayern. Got 2 assists, but yeah, Bayern are a very good team, right? The top of the league. Bayern's Bayern. They're the they're recent Champions League winners, and the reason why they got knocked out against PSG was because they didn't have Lewandowski. And Lewandowski, we don't need to speak about him. He's insane.
Still, yeah.
He's amazing. I think he's gonna get over 40 goals again this year in the Bundesliga itself. Listen, Lewandowski's superb. Their team is superb. Alphonso Davies is back after a few medical problems. So, listen, Bayern will be a tough game. And Nagelsmann seems like a coach who likes to play around with his team, and it can be interesting. Well, I actually heard some rumors that Nagelsmann is waiting for either the Man City job or the Liverpool job to get free in order to go to the Prem. So it's kind of like a rendition for Nagelsmann for maybe the Premier League in a few years if Klopp does leave Liverpool. In fact,
that would be. I don't know. Where do you think you'd even want to go? Like,
I mean, Klopp's contract ends in 2024. So the question is, will he leave? Will he stay? And who will replace him? And Nagelsmann could be a candidate. You never know. Because I think all these coaches want to go to the Premier League. The best coaches in the world, all of them want to be in the Premier League.
Pep wanted to go there.
Yeah. So, it's going to be... That would be a very interesting game. I think Bayern beat Villarreal.
Okay.
Even though Unai Emery is very good at getting the best out of his players, I still think we will see Bayern easily winning that game. Then, Man City, Atletico Madrid. That would be interesting.
That's a shocker, honestly. If it's set up for a Man City final with Liverpool, I still could see Atletico doing something. Chelsea's they're gonna have to play Chelsea probably in the
I think City beat Atletico easily too. To be honest,
who's Chelsea playing again?
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I said in the chat, I think that YU soccer chat we have for pickups. I said that Chelsea will easily beat Real Madrid. I stand by it. And we did see Real Madrid. I know they beat PSG, right? And I was about to talk about the El Clasico. Did you see Real Madrid in the El Clasico? 4-0.
Yeah, it was terrible.
They were awful.
Sergio Busquets at the game.
Yeah, Barca destroyed Real Madrid.
Benzema.
Benzema was out for injured. He was injured. So yeah, he was terrible. We have a special guest coming.
What's up?
So yourself. How have United been doing? How, Yashis?
All good.
Good?
Life is not.
How is Atletico?
It was fine.
You beat Tottenham. Think on the bright side.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's all
It's
nice.
okay. I'm sad. Let's not talk about it.
And Yashis departs.
Sports is a very sensitive topic right now for me. That's probably why we haven't posted in a while. I'm just very sad to talk about anything.
Yes. Yes.
Every single sport I watch.
Yes.
Just not good.
Not good.
Enjoy. I shall.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Let's talk about Champions League. Chelsea, Real
And then we're
Madrid.
gonna talk about US, right?
Yeah.
That's tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what do you think will happen, Chelsea, Real Madrid?
Chelsea's probably gonna win like 1-0 on aggregate, 2-0 on aggregate.
Really? I think first leg will. I don't know when
Where the first leg is.
Are Chelsea home in the first leg? Look. I don't know how my phone
Let me
looks.
see.
So. Oh, he went to La Liga. Are Chelsea home?
Oh wait,
See, I know City are
Real
home.
is home.
Chelsea are home first leg. I think first leg.
Chelsea's home, yeah.
Last year, Chelsea destroyed Real Madrid at home. So I think Chelsea will be up like 2-0 in the first leg. Second leg, I think probably like a 1-1 draw. So I still think Chelsea will be very comfortable against Real Madrid, in my opinion. Even though it'll be probably the tighter game out of the four, I think. But yeah, that's going to be... I think the Champions League the quarterfinal draws aren't too exciting. I think it's the semifinals that we can't wait for. But Liverpool, the potential of Man City, Chelsea, a repeat of the Champions League final of last year, and then Bayern, Liverpool. will be very exciting. The only team that haven't won the Champions League recently have been Man City. Actually.
Yeah.
So will Man City finally break the duck?
No, I hope not.
I hope not, but
No.
even Yasis doesn't want that to happen. Yeah, I think that's Champions League. We covered all the games. Yeah, but it's gonna be looking ahead. Really big month. I mean, we're gonna probably preview the next month next week probably, but just to like glimmer upon it. After Watford, we play Benfica away, big game. Man City away, huge game as we alluded to. Then we play Benfica home. Hopefully, we rotate in that game because we will win pretty easily. And then we play Man City in FA Cup. Man City FA Cup. We Man United at home. That's then Everton at home. Very tough run for us. So, what are your thoughts heading into that big run?
This is make it or break it. If we want to be champions, we're gonna have to
Win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's your thoughts on us being close to the quadruple? We're still in the quadruple heading into April. That's incredible.
I don't know if we could do. That'd be amazing. If we even get 2 trophies, it'd be like.
Yeah, I want to say we can win the quadruple. I'm not sure if I'm
We
not gonna.
definitely can.
We definitely can, but it's no team has ever done that for a reason, right? So I don't know.
What do you think is the hardest? The Premier League.
Listen, I think my thing with the fact we're playing Man City twice makes me think that one like Liverpool win one of the games, City will win the other game. That's what I feel like none of the teams both of us will not win both games. I think.
I think it would just be an amazing feeling.
If we win both games, I mean that's like I'll be over the moon. But I don't know. I feel like Liverpool win one of the games, and then the other team gets revenge in the FA Cup. But listen, you never know. We're in it to win it. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to preview those games. That's gonna be very exciting. But yeah, I mean, we covered everything about Liverpool. We're 1 point behind. I mean, that's crazy. Just thinking a few months ago. I mean, I always thought you never know what could happen. But like, listen, it's crazy, and we could be ahead of them after the game at Etihad.
That would be. How many games we have after that?
I think in total we have
9.
9 games left, but we still have a lot of tough games. We play Wolves away. We have
Goodison.
Goods. No, we're playing at Anfield against Everton.
That should be a win.
Yeah, it should be a win. No, but there's still. I don't remember exactly who we play left, but I think there are a few toughies. Man United at home after such a run with Man City, even though United are shit. It'll still be a tough game just because we had so many games against Man City, Benfica. Like there are a lot of games we're playing in the next month.
We can't win them all.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can.
I mean, I think we can win them all, but it's not a guarantee we win them all, right? So, but we have a lot of depth now, and I think Luis Diaz has been a game changer for us.
Wait, how's Man City's stretch look?
You could check by I think they have Burnley away, which is difficult. They have a few games that aren't too difficult, but they have West Ham away, so they have a few difficult games. But I'm not banking on them whatsoever. They play Leeds, I think, as well. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess we see what happens, right? Because I think Liverpool and City, you never know. We're more likely to win all our games, right? So, I'm excited. That's all I can say. We'll see. Especially with the Champions League, I feel like once we're in the semifinals, both teams will be playing so many games, right? So to win every single game from April to May will be so difficult. So, I don't know. You just never. I think, but the one thing I would say this title race is already better than the title race we had with Liverpool City, just because we play City later this year. Because last time we played City in January, it's like there's too many games for it to be a decisive game. But now this is a really decisive game because this could be like the title decider with like 8 games to go after we play against Man City. We only have 8 games left. We only have 7 games left after Man City. So that's not that many games left, even though it's still a lot of points to play for, but not compared to us playing in City in January.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very exciting. But yeah, that's enough about the Premier League, about Liverpool. We'll definitely do the podcast next week, and we'll preview the Watford game, which will be exciting. But yeah, let's talk about the U.S. because it's international break, and we play, and we're filming. What time is it, Dylan?
We play Mexico.
It's 6 p.m. So we play Mexico at 10 p.m. today. And I'm not sure if this will be posted before the game, but huge game. In the World Cup standings, it's very tight in the group. I think we could qualify if we get some lucky results. Like, for example, Panama dropping points on Honduras and Costa Rica dropping points.
If we win.
And if we win, we could get through. But I think most likely or not, it's going to be the Panama game where we win. But still, regardless, this is a huge game. Mexico, USA. And
if we could show up at the Azteca, I think it would show a huge spirit in that.
Yeah. And Greg Berhalter has been under immense pressure from the fans. And I don't think it's right because I think still I mentioned this in the previous podcast, so I may be just repeating myself. But we're a very young team. I think we're in the similar, not same as Arsenal, but similar position, I guess. Very young team, very young players. We don't have that many experienced players at the moment. Like, none of these players really played in the World Cup qualifier before. And now the problem is we have injuries. We have Weston McKennie out. We have Brendan Harrison out. So we have a few big injuries. And it will be very interesting to see how we do play today. And Mexico haven't been very good. Mexico haven't been good lately. Tata Martino is also under pressure. Getting very disappointing results, very unconvincing win. I forgot who they played last game, but it was a very unconvincing performance from Mexico. I remember just looking at it for a bit. I think it's against Panama, actually. 1-0 for Mexico, very unconvincing. The fans booed them after the game. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
So it'll be an exciting game.
Hopefully the US wins, but it'll be less mad reaction against the US and a little more mad reaction against the Mexicans.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping nobody in the US gets pelted by a bottle of something.
That's for sure. It's gonna be a feisty game. I mean, it's gonna be aggressive. We know how Mexico plays in our games, and we know how the rivalry, what happens during the.
We've never played well at the Azteca, really.
Yeah, we had that Michael Bradley goal before. But listen, it's a young group. It's a new experience because I don't think a lot of these players have played in Azteca before. Because last time we played them at Azteca was in the World Cup qualifier. But at the same time, listen, when we play Mexico fans always dominate the stadiums anyway. So
Except if it's in Columbus or Minneapolis.
Yeah, but mostly every game we play against Mexico is always an away game. So we played against Mexico in the Gold Cup final. We won with a Mexico backed fan stadium, Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And then in California we beat them in the Nations Cup. So we were able to beat Mexico before in these high pressure environments.
Columbus had a great atmosphere for the US though.
Yeah, it did. So it'll be we beat Mexico pretty easily in Columbus. Very good win. I'm very excited. I really think we could win today. I think we could. I think the U.S. men's national team could really show a big statement tonight.
That would be a disaster for Mexico.
For sure. And we have Ochoa. Remember he was saying that we're in the mirror of Mexico. We're very relevant compared to Mexico, and we beat them 2-0. Hopefully we do that again. And
imagine a 2-0.
2-0. Oh my, yeah. Yeah, I cannot wait for that. But who do you think will start tonight? Because we have even Matt Turner got injured. Matt Turner has been starting for us for a bit. He just moved to Arsenal for next year.
So that means what's his name's gonna start?
I think Zach Steffen will start, and we also had for Nottingham Forest. We had remember for Nottingham Forest, Ethan Horvath was in goal. Also, the goated American keeper, saving a penalty from Cuadrado in the Nations League final. So I think Zach Steffen starts, right? Yeah, I think Pulisic is captain. He has the most experience.
Yeah.
Or Tyler Adams. Actually, no. Tyler Adams has been the captain for the U.S.
But did they really release the lineup now?
No, not yet. But Tyler Adams is the captain for the team, and he's a leader. I think that's the right decision because he is a leader for their team.
Pulisic?
Yeah, Tyler Adams is the leader. He's the defensive midfielder of our team, and he's the one who commands the center, the back line, the midfield line. So he's a very crucial player. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. But, yeah, center backs, I have no clue who's going to be starting a center back, honestly. I think probably Walker Zimmerman and someone else. Our center backs are still pretty weak, in my opinion. Not really. Chris Richards, I think, got injured or something. I don't remember. We have a few injuries. Left back, even left back, we have. Even right back, we have Serginho Dest who got injured as well. Serginho Dest is out as well. So probably Yedlin's going to play.
McKennie and Dest are out.
Yeah, that's huge. So probably I'm assuming Yedlin plays right back. Robinson plays left back. Robinson, I really like him a lot. But Yedlin will have experience because Yedlin has been in many games for the U.S., right? Like he's been in World Cup qualifiers for a long time for us, so I think he has that very good experience. Then, yeah, the midfield is. Do you think we see Gio Rihanna in center mid tonight?
I'm just reading.
Oh, you're looking at the lineup.
Different lineups, yeah. This one says Kelly Acosta.
I wouldn't be surprised if Acosta starts. But the question I think will be: will Rihanna play center mid today, being like a more advanced playmaker? Or will we have Acosta? Munsa starts for sure. Munsa is brilliant. What do they say? Do they say?
They said Acosta and Musa.
Who's the wingers tonight?
Wingers Areola and Pulisic.
Not even does Rihanna not start? That would be. I wouldn't be surprised to see Areola start just because he's a very quick player and he's a very effective player.
They're the same Ferreira up front.
Wouldn't be surprised. He's like a false
nine type player. It's unfortunate we don't have.
But we do have what's the guy's name? We have. I think Weah could start as well tonight. My lineup would be Weah ahead of Raiola. Timothy Weah would be a good guy to have. So I think my front three would. Oh, Ricardo Pepe. Yeah, I think my lineup would be. I think my lineup would actually be. I actually want to
put Pepe in.
Yeah, I put Pepe in. I see Ferreira. I think what Berhalter wants to do is play like a kind of false nine player. So if he does go for Ferreira, I do understand that. So maybe someone to be in the build-up play a little bit more than Ricardo Pepe would be. So there's two different options I think for Berhalter. So yeah, I would say either or, depending on what the tactic is tonight. But yeah, Ricardo Pepe is a good player, so I think I would start him. Then we would have Timothy Weah and Pulisic, I think. That's my front three. And midfield is good. I think midfield, Adams, Munsa. Yeah, if Rihanna's in the squad, I would go for Rihanna. If not, then I would... Or Acosta. Acosta never lets us down in these games.
This doesn't have a bench, unfortunately.
Yeah. But Acosta, I think... If Acosta does start, I do not mind at all because Acosta is a very reliable player. I really like him a lot. But yeah, what's your predictions for this game?
I really want a US win. I just want a 1-0, 2-0 win, but it's going to be probably a draw.
Wouldn't be surprised if I see a draw. But yeah. Do you think we're in threat of qualifying to the World Cup? I mean, we still have to play Panama, which will be a big game.
If we win here, the Panama game is so much easier.
Yeah. By the way, another concern will be...
But we've seen the U.S. draw down towards the very end.
Yeah, but another concern is that there are a few players like Tyler Adams or a yellow card away from being suspended against Panama.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I think will be: will Berhalter rotate Tyler Adams in the biggest game of World Cup qualifying away at Azteca to save him for Panama, or will he? What do you think Berhalter should do in that case? Do you start Tyler Adams and play him in the Panama game, or do you play him today, given the risk of a yellow card?
This one says defensive midfielder Tyler Adams should.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Maybe have him as a sub.
You think he shouldn't start? Just save him for the Panama game?
No, maybe have him on the bench.
Yeah, I think I would start him, to be honest.
It's a tough decision.
I still think. Listen, I know it's less likely. I think you put your best players against Mexico. I think, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Like, I still think we should be able to beat Panama without Tyler Adams, right? We have the players to beat Panama without Tyler Adams at home. Right, I mean...
Well, we're at home for Panama, the Panama game, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I wonder where we're going to play that.
I don't know. I actually don't know where we're playing. Check where we're playing. I actually don't know. I left my phone over there, so I don't...
Let me see.
Where do they play them? Probably in the...
Rose Bowl.
Really?
No, actually, wait. 27th, right?
Yeah.
Explorer Stadium, Orlando.
Orlando, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, but we beat Panama. We have a good record against Panama at home, to be honest. I think we beat them a lot of games pretty easily, so I think we should be fine. I really do think we should be hopefully we aren't in trouble heading to the last game against Costa Rica away. We need to secure qualification by Panama. Because you never know what happens in the one-off game, right? Because Costa Rica away is a very hard game, especially if they have something to play for. So ideally, we secure qualification tonight or by next match day. But still, I think we need to beat Mexico today, even whether we qualify or not. We need to put our strongest lineup against Mexico. We need to get especially just
the demons out.
Just beating Mexico makes everyone more confident heading into the next game. And I think with our best team, we can beat Mexico. So, yeah. It's going to be exciting. I mean, we never know what can happen. We saw Italy just got knocked out against Macedonia. So, who the fuck knows what can happen. But hopefully we need to get into the World Cup. Hopefully we won't embarrass ourselves like Italy has in the past 2 World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
That's the hope. But yeah, do you have anything else setting in? I mean, I know Canada. I think Canada, if they win, they're through. So it's not. Who cares about Canada?
That's really what's annoying now. Because Canada's usually never performed.
Yeah.
So it's like they take up a spot.
Yeah. It's gonna be very, very exciting night tonight, and me and Dylan plan to go to a bar tonight to watch the game. I really can't wait. So.
Josh.
What, Josh?
Vaccine. Oh wait, you don't need
You don't
vaccines
need
anymore. Oh, let's go. You
I was there.
He was there watching that embarrassment. Okay, let's end the episode. We'll see you all later.